In this video, I want to talk about how to start a marketing agency as a side hustle. So let's say you're stuck in a job that you don't like, or you potentially might hate that job, and you just want to figure out a side hustle to make some good income and potentially leave your job in the future. And if you're new here, my name is Max. I run an SNMA, a super niche marketing agency. And on this channel, we basically explore how to start, run, and grow a successful marketing agency that generates great results for our clients, but also helps us as the entrepreneur to achieve financial time and location freedom. So yeah, I hope this video is going to speak to that person out there who just want to find something else to do, because that was definitely my situation. I had a good job, I really didn't like it, and I wanted to be my own boss and earn my own money online. And starting a social media marketing agency or an SNMA has changed my life essentially. So without further ado, let's just dive into point number one, and that is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So really the first thing that you need to understand if you want to start a side hustle is that if you keep it simple, it's going to help you tremendously as you start to grow, get the ball rolling, and want to scale it as well. So what I talk a lot about on this channel, and what I highly recommend as well if you're starting out, is to start an SNMA, a super niche marketing agency, which basically means that instead of helping everybody with everything, is that you just have one specific niche that you sell to, one specific market, and you also have one specific service or offer that you sell to that market. It's going to help you to get a lot better results with your advertising, with your sales. It's going to be a lot easier to sell essentially to one specific person and one specific market if you have an offer that they really want, right? Same thing with advertising. If you have a really good offer in your ads, a lot more people are going to click on it. You're going to get a lot more leads, a lot more booked appointments, and a lot more sales, right? So have one specific offer for one specific niche and have one specific service as well. And why we call it a super niche as well is that you can niche it down even further. So let's say you're doing YouTube ads to gym owners. You're the YouTube ads expert and you're only working with gym owners. But if you want to make it a super niche marketing agency, you might say that you're only helping gym owners already making at least $1 million per year with YouTube ads. Now you're really speaking to that specific client avatar, and you're also speaking to a client avatar that has some money. They already have a successful business in place. So now you can demand some higher prices as well for your services. You much rather work with fewer clients paying you more with the potential to scale, meaning spending even more money with you, than having a ton of low-paying clients, which is just a headache essentially to work with. So yeah, my first tip is just to keep it simple. Don't feel like you have to figure everything out. Just choose one market, one specific niche, and have one specific service and one specific offer. And I can highly recommend to spend most of your time in the beginning to figuring out an offer, a really good offer that your market really wants. And if you do an SNMA, as mentioned, if you niche it down, it's going to help you tremendously. So that is basically the concept of KISS, keeping it simple and starting an SNMA. The third thing that I want to talk a little bit more about is to use high ticket pricing. And the reason why you want to price your services higher than your competition is, again, because you want to attract the easiest client to work with and the best clients to work with, the highest paying clients to work with, and the clients that has the biggest probability to increase and scale with you essentially. So let's just compare this. Let's say you sell your services to a market of startups, let's say, a bunch of beginners that have never run a business before, and you're gonna sell advertising to them. The problem with that is that you might be a really good advertiser and have a really good offer and help them to get a ton of leads, but advertising and leads is just one part of the equation when you're trying to grow a business, right? And if you help a local business like a gym owner, they have a ton of different problems that they need to solve to be able to scale. They just not only need the inflow of new customers coming, but they need to be able to deliver everything. You know, they have a location, they have the equipment, they have a sales process. You know, if they get the lead, they actually need to know how to handle that lead and actually close that lead and to keep the client and sell more products on the side to the client to get as much money from that specific client, right? I don't know the gym industry, but I'm sure that's kind of what they go through. You know, when they get a client coming in, they really need to sell them and upsell them and continue to sell them from month to month and so forth. And the thing is, if you sell your service then to a complete beginner gym owner, let's say, they have not figured out all of these things yet. So you might be getting them a ton of leads and a ton of good results, but they're still not going to be satisfied because you're just causing really like more problem to them by bringing them more customers. And then we compare that to a gym owner already making $1 or $2 million per year. They've already figured everything out. They already have some staff. They already have a great offer. They know the processes in place. They have the great person in place that's gonna handle all of the leads and upsell, and they know what to do, right? So if you sell to them, they're gonna be super happy with the leads, and when you actually bring them leads, they're actually going to scale. So that's why I highly recommend that you go for a client that has already a successful business in place and a business owner that already knows what to do, because then they're gonna be a lot easier to work with. But second of all, they're already making money, so you can ask for more money in return for your services. So it's just a win-win. So don't feel like you have to sell to beginners. Sell to seasoned business owners and have a high ticket price. Price your services higher than your competition. Don't do what your competition is doing, because your competition is most likely selling everything to everybody, and they don't have a good offer. They don't know who they're selling to. So be that guy who has one service to one specific market. You have one really good offer, and you're selling to seasoned business owners, that those higher tiers of business owners, and you ask for more money in return. You're just gonna make your life so much easier, be able to produce better results, and your clients are going to be happier. That's what we do in our agency as well. And then the fourth thing that I want to talk about, if you want to start a marketing agency as a side hustle, is that you don't really need to know everything when you start out, and you definitely don't need to know the actual service delivery when you're starting out. Matter of fact, I don't even recommend you to do the actual service delivery if you're a complete beginner when it comes to advertising, because I think that a lot of people think when they start a marketing agency that the owner or you have to know everything when it comes to ads. And in a sense, that is true, right? If you're gonna do the sales, you need to know what you're talking about and so forth, obviously. But really, the person that you're selling to, they don't really care if you're the one who's actually going to do the work. The only thing that they care about is to get results, right? If they invest $3,500 per month with you, they expect that you are gonna get them results in return. They don't really care if it's you who's going to do it or if it's somebody else who's going to do the actual work. So what I recommend if you're just starting out is to just focus on marketing and sales first for yourself. Get that first client, choose a niche, find a problem in that niche, create a high ticket offer, and start to sell that offer to the business owners. That's what I did when I started out as well. I got my first client paying me $3,500 per month and a $2,000 setup fee, and I had no idea how I was going to produce the results for them essentially. But what I did is that I just outsourced the actual service delivery. So I found a really good media buyer who had experience in my niche. He knew exactly how to do funnels, exactly how to do Facebook ads, and all of that stuff. He knew exactly how to get great results for that specific type of business. So I got money from the business. I took a portion of that money and I paid this media buyer. He did the work, got amazing results for the client. He was super happy. He invested more with me. I invested more in the media buyer, and that's how I started essentially. And that's how I learned as well. Instead of me joining a bunch of courses trying to learn how to do Facebook ads for everybody, or just in general terms, I just paid a media buyer that had experience in my specific business or industry, or trying to help my clients, and I can just see how he were doing things, right? That's really the smartest way to go about it. So yeah, that's really what I really recommend. If you want to make some more money as a side hustle, why not just start a social media marketing agency or an SMA, a super niche marketing agency? You can start it on the side. It's simple, it's very little overhead. Pretty much everything that you generate, it's going to be profit margins, because you don't have any expenses essentially, right? If you get a client for $3,500 per month and you do everything yourself, then you're getting and keeping pretty much $3,500 per month. Might have some smaller expenses for some softwares and so forth. And if you hire a media buyer, maybe you're paying him $600 to $800 per month. But it's a really nice business to start and potentially grow as well. You can grow it easily to hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And you can build a small team as well and deliver your services. So again, keep it simple, focus on an SMA, niche it down, use higher ticket pricing, and finally outsource the work. So that's basically it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, leave a like and subscribe as well. We're not that big as of the recording of this video, but it's going to become a huge channel. I know it, I'm speaking it, so it's going to happen. So why not just subscribe, following along on the journey, and see when it grows. And I'm also going to share as much information as I possibly can on this channel completely for free. I don't have anything to sell you when it comes to how to grow an agency. I just want to give away as much information that I can completely for free. So with that in mind, let me know what you want to know essentially, right? I see you guys as my market. I want to know what you guys want to know so that I can give it to you guys completely for free. So leave a comment down below what you want to see next. I read all of them myself personally at the moment. I reply to all of them at the moment as well. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, following along on this journey, and leave a comment down below as well. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, bye.